guys, it's Lane with Crafty Life Mom. I'm back again today with another DIY crafting tutorial. So let's get started. Okay guys, so today's project is inspired by another picture frame that I actually have in my home. I got this probably 2 years ago, so I'm not even sure if you could find this item that I'm showing you today. But my project that we have is inspired by this, and it's a sign that I actually have in my kitchen above my cabinets with all of my like farmhousey type decor. And it's this clear picture frame, like a glass, like almost like a window with this wire hanging hook. And it says, this one says fresh baked pies served daily. I don't really bake pies every day, but I just really love the look of this sign. It's super cute, and today's project is about duplicating or replicating that for the fall season in your home. If you did my previous pumpkin tutorial that we did where we put the picture frame backing on that pumpkin, then the frame piece that was left over is what we're going to be using today. So it's going to be that metal or that plastic frame and glass piece that we had, and we're going to be recreating that sign into this miniature version where it says, "Hello, pumpkin spice season." So how cute, super cute is this? It's totally inspired by the kitchen sign that I have that I just showed you, and we're going to be making this. It takes just a couple of minutes to throw together. You can get this Hello Pumpkin Spice SVG cut file from my blog. It is completely free, and you can download it from my resource library. So let's get started. Okay, so for this point, I took out the glass out of the back of the frame, and I decided to paint the frame. It was originally black and silver, but I wanted it to match the other sign that I showed you earlier. So I decided to mix 2 shades of white. I did an antique white and a bright white to get the desired shade of white that I wanted. And I painted the frame with a foam brush, and I ended up actually doing 2 coats. After the first coat dried, I put on a second coat. Then once that was dry, I went ahead and sanded a few places down on the picture frame, as you can see here, and I didn't even worry about painting the sides. So I was going to go ahead and put the glass back in and put the file down, but I decided not to. I wanted to go ahead and add the twine next so that we could have the hanging portion of the sign already secured in place before we add the glass back. So I used that jute twine that I got from the Dollar Tree, which you can purchase 3 in a pack for $1. And then I just cut the end and decided to hot glue it in place, and then wrap the twine around about 6 or 7 times in order to create that farmhouse look. And then I went ahead and secured the end in place once I did the last wrap I was going to do on that sign. Then I measured out how much string that I wanted for the hanging portion of the sign, and then also pulled off a little bit of extra for the wrapping. So then I did the same process on the right hand side. I glued the first piece of string down and then wrapped until I had about 6 or 7 wraps on that side, and then again secured it with hot glue, and I trimmed off the excess jute twine. So that was pretty much it to get the hanging portion of the sign. Okay, so to put the glass insert into the frame, you're gonna wanna put it in there, but before you do, I recommend putting the decal on first. Now, the decal is something that you can get from my blog. You just need to download it from the resource library and reverse the image. So this image, if you're reading it, it looks kind of funky because it's backwards, and you want it to cut in the mirrored version on your cutting machine if you have a Cricut or a Silhouette cutting machine. So you'll want to put the decal on first, and what I do is I just kind of rub my decal like that, like I just kind of rub my finger over it to kind of secure it to the transfer, and then it lifts off quite nicely. So when you see it on the sticky side, you see that it actually reads right, and that's because we are going to be putting it down on the glass in the middle, and just want to kind of center it up. I'm going to try and do this on camera pretty straight here. So kind of like so. And rub on your decal like that. And then you'll want to peel it away, and the decal should stay on the glass. Be careful how you handle the glass. You don't want to break it if you're kind of rough on your hands. Okay, so here's my decal on my glass, and this is the side where I put it down on, and you can see it's still backwards. But when I flip it over from the front, it's smooth and it reads correct. So just a little fun thing there for you. Let me get it centered. The actual vinyl is on the back side, and because I mirrored it, it will allow this surface to stay smooth. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it back over, and I'm going to get it into my frame right here. And I'm just going to slip it in there, and you'll have that string that's from before kind of just in your way a little bit, but that's fine. I feel that that kind of helps keep the glass tight. And I just bend these little picture framey things down, and then if you want to secure it a little bit, you can put a little dab of glue in the corners where it can't be seen from the front, and just will help kind of hold that glass in place. And then that's it. Here is your cute little hanging DIY farmhouse sign. Okay guys, so one last tip for you that I decided to share with you after doing it. What I did was I went ahead and ran a bead of hot glue gun like all down the inner seam from the back side of the picture frame, just to kind of secure the glass in place, because you don't want it falling out or falling onto the floor or anything like that. So here it is. Here's our completed sign. I hope you enjoyed making this with me today, and if you have any questions, please feel free to leave it in the comments. Or if you decide to make this, make sure that you tag me so that I can see all your craft DIYs, and that you put the hashtag CraftyLifeMom. I will see you guys next time. I hope you have fun crafting. Bye.